So this is lesson 71, the B part of it, the second part of this lesson. And this has to do with subscripted variables. And subscripted variables they appear kind of weird, but you've done them before. You just don't know. Alright, if we are looking at 5x plus 10y equals 25. Okay, you're used to seeing things like that. But let's say that this is the number of nickels and this is the number of dimes. Well, sometimes we get really confused about, okay, was x the nickels or was x the dimes? You know, you just don't remember. So sometimes you will write this as 5 times the nickels plus 10 times the dimes. It doesn't matter what letters you use here at all, because they're not like numbers, they just represent numbers that you're looking for. So it doesn't matter if you have an N or D. But what am I looking for? Am I looking for the number of nickels? Am I looking for the value of the nickel? I mean, I'm not sure what I've got when I've got an N and a D. So what I do is I use what is called a subscripted variable. 5 times the number of nickels plus 10 times the number of dimes equals 25. This here is one part, one variable. Okay, it's just like this here, but we use a subscript so it gives us a little bit more information so that we don't forget what we're looking for. It doesn't mean anything weird. By having two N's doesn't change anything. You still look at it as being one letter in pink here, one letter in pink here. It just gives you more information. So instead of just writing 5x plus 10y, and we have no idea what x and y represents, we use subscripted variables. Subscript, sub means under, script means writing. So it's writing under this here. So it's down here. If we had a number up here, it's called a superscript. Super means above. Okay? But we're talking about subscript here. And that's all that is. It's just another variable we use to give us more information. But this is still one variable. So let's look at a couple of examples here. Bottom of page 289, 71.5. 5 Okay, and we're going to put that together as a system, and it says use elimination in order to solve that. Now, you learn how to do elimination. That's where you find, you try to make these two numbers the same or these two numbers the same so that you add them together and they go away. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this entire thing here by a negative 5. And then that will make this a negative 5nn, and this will make it a positive 5. So when we add them, we get 0. Alright, so let me put the top number on here again. Now remember, the two letters beside each other mean absolutely nothing more than just one letter. Okay, this times this is going to be a negative 5. And then 5 times 16 is going to be a negative 80. And then we just add those. These go away. And we're left with 5 and 45. Divide by 5, divide by 5, and that equals 9. And again, once we find that, we take that and put it in here, and we go ahead and get our answer then. So let's go ahead and do that. Number of nickels plus, instead of an ND, we're going to put 9. Subtract 9. and we get the number of nickels, or the n, subscript n, equal to 16 minus 9 is 7. And that ends up being our answer. Okay, let's do one more, and we will be done with this lesson. Okay, so we have 5, whatever n is, we don't really know, probably number of nickels. And then we have 25 NQ, so that might be number of quarters. And then we have the number equals n plus 2. Alright, now notice the instructions to this one. This is example 71.6. It says use substitution. That means that we're going to take this, we're going to take this and substitute it in for here and find our answer. So let's do that. 5. So instead of NQ, it says NQ equals NN plus 2. So we're going to put that in there. And notice here, we have one equation and one variable, NN. Okay, so let's keep going. We're distributing that to both of these. Okay, we're going to add those. Subtract. And I have 30. 90 minus 50. 290 minus 50 is going to be 240. Move this thing up a little bit. Come on. Okay, now I'm going to divide by 30. Divide by 30, and my n equals 80. Or I'm sorry, 8, not 80. Where did I get 80? Okay, now I'm going to take this and plug it back into one of my original ones. In fact, what I'll do is I'll plug it into this one here, the second one. So we're going to plug an 8 in there. So number, that's an n. Number of quarters, or n of q, is going to end up being 8 plus 2, which is 10. Please label these. Tell me what n of q is and n of n is. Don't just give me the numbers 8 and 10. I will count it wrong. I need to know which one is which. So that is lesson 71.